Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and start with our primer. We're gonna go ahead and use the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And I'm just gonna apply this all over the face to give me a clean surface. Then we're gonna go ahead and use our L'Oreal Paris Infallible Pro Matte Foundation and just dot it all over the face. After it's started, I'm gonna go ahead and use a beauty blender to go ahead and blend out the foundation. It tends to give me a more matte and a more airbrush type of finish, and I enjoy this look, so which is why I use my damp beauty blender just to even everything out. I also use my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I use this either way. I can use this before or after my beauty blender, but this just helps my foundation just set a lot better. Then I go in with my orange color corrector from LA Girl. I use this under my eyes, anywhere I have dark areas, under my eyes, under my nose, the corners of my lips, and under my bottom lip. I use a dry beauty blender to help me blend this out, just because a wet beauty blender has tended to make this patchy and I really don't enjoy that. So after I blend this out, I go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, number 978. And this is actually the concealer exactly like my face, but I use this to help the color corrector set. I do use a lot just because I've noticed that if I don't put enough concealer, the orange concealer will seep through. So I tend to add a good amount of concealer just to blend this out and kind of actually hide the orange concealer. I use the same damp beauty blender to blend everything out and even it out. I blend so well just to double check and make sure that my orange concealer isn't there. I'm just finishing up blending that concealer, and I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 15. I use this to highlight under my eyes, on the forehead, the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. I do use a concealer to highlight that is a little bit much lighter than me, just because I'm one to like a very extreme, very bold type of highlight and contour. I do use a lot just because I want a high coverage type of look that goes just along with a very bold highlight and contour. I use a damp beauty blender to blend everything out, and I take my time and I make sure everything is very blended, just because you want a very blended look, because no one likes to look patchy. After I've blended my life away, I am going to go ahead now and bake my face. I use the Airspun powder and I use the shade in Natural Neutral, I believe it is. And Walmart carries this, and it's anywhere from like $4 to $5, and it's honestly amazing. It smells great and it helps me set my highlight. Sometimes you can go ahead and set this after you've contoured your face, but for me it works better if I do it before, just because when I go ahead and bronze, it helps me blend out and ease out my bronzer too if I added too much. I go in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toast to go ahead and contour, and I apply this to the hollows of my cheeks and around the frame of my face. I do have a widow's peak, so sometimes when I blend out in a V form, just to go ahead and bring that out a little. I use my e.l.f. small stippling brush to blend out, and I learned this technique from an MUA I found on Instagram, and honestly it's way better, for me at least, it's way better using a stippling brush to blend out than a beauty blender, sorry. And It works phenomenal. I love this technique, and honestly, it's been my favorite when it comes to highlighting and contouring. It just blends out everything so well, and it looks beautiful. I truly enjoy it, and I strongly recommend it. After I've blended out my contour, I'm going to go ahead and use my contour powder brush and my NYX matte bronzer, and I'm going to lightly set the face where I've contoured. The bronzer I am using is very pigmented, so I don't want to go too heavy on that and make my contour so extreme that it looks tacky. So I'm just lightly softening up that contour and setting it as well. Now I do take some of the excess powder from that I have on my face, and I use that to kind of sharpen up my contour a little bit. I'm not one to really like a super sharp contour, so I just lightly set it. So now I go in with a big powder brush and I go ahead and dust off all the excess powder that I have on from baking. And at the same time as I'm dusting off, I go in and I use this excess powder to kind of blend into my contour, just to give a more blended look. I do take my contour powder brush again, and whatever is left on the brush, I kind of use to blend into that as well. After I set that and I attempt to not lose my headband, I'm going to go ahead and apply some falsies. These are just some simple Kiss lashes that I bought at Walmart, and I'm using my white duo glue. I do wait till I put my lashes on to apply mascara, just a tiny bit, just because it helps me put my lashes on at a much simple way, I believe. So I went ahead and applied the other eyelash off camera, and now it is time to highlight. I love highlighting and I find it so enjoyable. Now I use my small fan brush from Makeup For You, and I use the NYX Illuminator in the shade Ritualistic. And I go ahead and apply this on the top of my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, as well as my Cupid's bow. We don't want the highlighter to overpower our face, so we don't want to go too heavy on that this time around. Now that we've highlighted the face, we're going to go ahead and do my favorite step and add lipstick. I'm going to go ahead and use ColourPop's Bad Habit. I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the lips. That right there is concluding our look for the day. I hope you guys truly enjoy this, and I hope you guys want to share this with your friends. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and you comment. Let me know what you want to see next. Let me know what you like and what you didn't like, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Hope you guys have a great day, and thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.